final circle was. But because the very last circle didn't favor Pirate Team, they got crushed. And it was a humiliating defeat as well. It wasn't just like okay, you know, they got unlucky and outgunned. No, all the Thai teams kept falling in the final zone, and it was all due to the exact same problem, which you've seen week after week after week, which is getting into the zone. The Thai teams are great at it. Defending their location, the Thai teams are fantastic at it. The one weakness that we see, especially from number 1, from Pirate Team, from Fnatic, is how they move from play zone 5 to play zone 6 to play zone 7 to play zone 8. Those final rotations are so crucial. Take NRX, for example. Since play zone 4, they were fighting outside the play zone. It took them so long to make their way in, to the point where, like an AA, never actually got into the play zone. He was always outside, and he won the damn game for NRX. They're really good at doing that. So are WAFFF, so are Nara. And the Thai teams, if they could learn anything from the rest of the regions, because remember, they are this region that brought 5 teams into the grand finals last split. If they could learn anything, it is how to rotate in that final play zone.
Oh, that's very true. Now, this is the fun part in the game when we find out where that circle is going to be drawn. But most of the teams taking up their custom place. You can see, once again, Pirate Team moving up towards Observatory. But they've also got some company once again. It looks like we're also going to have Itio Gaming. And I believe that's actually Nara also joining them over by Observatory, and they're going to be perfectly happy with this. Most of the teams dropped towards the left side of the river, but the circle is actually drawn closer to Research Edifice, and if I'm counting that correctly, that's actually where AL decided to drop.
Yep. AL, please don't fight. Please just disengage. We are moving towards the Observatory where Baby is here with Pirate Team. Oh, they're actually really close by as well. 90's in the next room.
And let's see what Roger can do unless he gets spotted out before he gets the kill. Oh, Baby! Oh, that's 90 going down really quickly. Didn't even get a chance to fire back, and Roger just guns him down. I got really excited for that one.
It's a 1-for-1 trade, though. Baby, oh, he doesn't see the player on the outside of that building. Winter does get him.
Oh, and he's going to get downed. Roger's having a good start to this game.
Pirate Team have already lost 1 player. Valentine's been brought back in.
Yep.
Which is going to fall. I think there's still a couple of players of Baby left. That's another player from Pirate Team being taken down.
Yeah. Okay. So
it's technically 1-on-2. It's technically 1-on-2. The final player from Baby is still up, but they do have a player that is downed at the moment.
Yeah, have to be a little careful with it. So we've seen some early action here, but once again, it kind of conforms to that pattern that we see when it does happen in SEA. It's 2 teams finding each other kind of in a full 4-on-4 situation, and basically somebody's going to come out ahead, and just as a matter of how cleanly.
Mm-hmm. Can
so
they actually go for that final
Pyro
kill,
moving
though?
up to floor 2. Let's see if they do it.
They got the revive. Pirate Team are pushing in.
They're going to be able to find it. It's the question of, do they get the drop on? And here we go. Oh, the riot shield. That only goes one direction. Unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Another member of Baby, though. It looks like it's going to be a full wipe pretty soon.
Yeah, so there's only 1 player from each team left. He's hiding behind the door. Yeah, they're both going for it.
Roger's been the MVP here. I'd be really surprised if he ended up dying. No, he ended up getting the kill.
But
so this is the unfortunate thing for Pirate Team is he's now going to have to clutch for the rest of the game.
Now, look, this is why the Southeast Asian teams have been moving away from early skirmishes. Because of that exact reason. There's nothing you can really skirmish for, Pyra. You get into an early fight against Baby, great.
That is not true. You can skirmish for the other teams.
Sure.
And you help them. But I don't think that's the goal, typically.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But take a look at Pirate Team. They now get, what, 40 points? And that's probably it.
Yeah, the unfortunate early starts and even mid-game starts for a lot of these Thai teams is honestly continuing, despite the fact that they started in very powerful placement. That's going to get chipped away at a bit. And we're going to be watching Nara as they've taken the high ground in one of these apartments. Let's see what they can do. Not really finding anybody here, but it's a good loot spot, obviously, and that's what they're after. Now we also have number 1 moving around themselves. Ooh! Hello.
Nara just getting the grenade on point. Was it a memo of Just Arm from number 1?
It was immediately as soon as he peeked out, so they must have had eyes on him from the very beginning.
Couldn't even find him. They thought he was inside the shack. No, he's actually outside.
Oh, was that just a solid luck? My goodness. All right, Val should be able to finish him off.
Glitches through the wall, and Val will be able to get that kill.
Yep. Okay, so Nara off to a good start once again. We're already down to 51 players, though, considering it's only been 4.5 minutes on the clock, and a lot of action by these cliffs. Back over to logging camps. Going to take a look at 6ix9ine as he drives like an AA through. The MVP last time for NRX John. And there's number 1. A couple more players from their side, possibly looking to get a little bit of revenge, but they see where Nara are. And the way Nara have been playing this series, I would think twice before going after them a man down.
Fair enough. I mean, for Nara, again, it's coming down to that early game. Something that they need to work on. Something that a lot of the teams that we see get those top place finishes from time to time, like WAFFF, Nara, Will Clubs even from time to time, is that they've got to work on their early game and mid-game transition. Because once they can get into the habit of getting into those final play zones, they've already proved that they know how to maneuver around it. They already know how to work around those final play zones. Just getting to it, which has always been a problem. Nara, with their 4 players strong, are just holding strong against BDS, who are rocking up towards this compound. They drive straight on past, straight past Fet there as well.
Yeah, they know right out of there.
They're actually getting further and further away from the center of the circle, just trying to find another spot for them to loot.
Well, heading just kind of in general direction up the coast. They might be able to find something up there, but here we go. Through the gates they go, and just shooting through the windows just to make sure that nobody's actually waiting out, and everyone's going to drop out. They should be able to pick up some more loot. Still with 50 members. We expect this game to quiet down a lot more from here on out. There were a couple of those isolated skirmishes, but probably not a whole lot else while everybody's gearing themselves up.
You can see Feta's still just stuck between a rock and a hard place. The rest of his team elsewhere on the map, but he's kind of just stuck here. Oh, rubber chicken, rubber hammer to death.
Wow. Delusion
like,
with the
take
banner
that!
kill.
Take my rubber hammer to the face. Feta actually just got a kill for himself, so he's able to sneak a pick onto one of the members that was rotating over.
Wait a second.
And Mashiro, what are you doing?
Well, we thought it was going to be a little quiet. We were absolutely wrong here, Fish, so Delusion is going to be able to get the fire down. And once again, we see some interesting stuff.
He's a little bit of an Uber Eats right there,
yeah.
Mashiro. Just like, I heard you needed a special delivery of 10 points. Here you go. Thank you very much.
Yeah, always tip your drivers, but not that time. Oh, man. So, Nara actually moving out at this point. They decided not to continue to hold up here. This presents an opportunity for Feta to be able to maybe get one pick off, but they're gone too fast for it to happen. Instead, looks like the members of number 1 are actually going to be moving out. Watching Nemesis right now and Kiss. Driving away into the sunset. Those rubber hammers, man, they are deadly. And squeaky.
You commonly see people, when they want to destroy cars and they're too lazy to shoot it, they'll just rubber hammer it to death, which is the most
satisfying way to kill a car?
No, it just looks so weird. People are just smacking a car with a rubber hammer.
That's the thing that you choose to focus on that looks weird in Rules of Survival.
Yes.
Okay.
Think of it this way, right? If you're walking down the street, what would you be more scared of? Like, if I saw a group of people dressed in full military outfit with rifles, I would be like, okay, they're probably from the army. But if I saw a group of people with strange teddy bear backpacks, holding a rubber hammer, smashing a car, like to the point that it explodes, I'm out of there. Nah. I don't like clowns. I don't need any rubber hammers.
You just can't even?
Nah.
Okay.
That's like, they're going to find me and they're going to kill me. And then when I die, they'll kill me again. I don't need that.
I'm not really sure how that works.
I don't need double die.
Are they killing your ghost? Is that it?
I don't know, but
yeah,
super dead.
Respawn? Fish respawn?
Just super dead.
Okay. Well, super dead is definitely not something we would want. Now, we have seen more teams in this game really take advantage of the abundance of riot shields there are around. As you mentioned earlier in the day, less of them than there used to be after the patch changes, but still plentiful.
Yeah.
As we make our way back over to the minimap, taking a look at the circle ever shrinking, it looks like it will once again center on Research Edifice. We saw this at the very beginning of this series, in fact. But a lot of teams sitting outside, and on the very edges, actually, we see a couple teams on Windcliff, Thermal Power, Rust Bay, Chemical Depot, and they're fine for now because we're still only in Play Zone 2, but they're going to need to start hightailing it out of there once we get into 3 and 4.
Yeah, they're going to need to start to make something change. Now look at this. It's AL. Unfortunately, one of the teams that's up for contention for Wooden Spoon.
As opposed to Rubber Hammer.
I mean, we could give them the Rubber Hammer Award. The Rubber Chicken Award would be a good one.
I think that would be good, actually.
Just like the, unfortunately, can't split the last place team. They're unfortunately.
Is there a physical award? Do you just give them an actual rubber chicken?
I'd give them a rubber chicken.
Or Or maybe you get like those 4 of them together that you can like compress, and then they make that horrible like screaming sound.
It's like how, you know how PUBG now, when you win a PUBG tournament, you get a PUBG pan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for ROS, you should get a rubber chicken.
Yeah,
You should legitimately get a rubber chicken.
Or a chicken grenade.
Yeah, a golden chicken grenade would actually be pretty
That,
cool.
dude, I would want a golden chicken grenade. I'd pay my diamonds for that.
88 diamonds. You can
88
win that by answering our question of
What
today.
question is it, Fish?
Now the question is, what is your favorite rules of survival gun?
Cool.
Let us know in the Facebook chat, and we will select 3 lucky winners to take home 88 diamonds at the end of today.
Very cool.
Shots fired.
Yep,
More
certainly.
shots fired.
That's going to be NRX John.
More shots
6'9",
fired.
leading the drive on the car, but JZ and like an AA moving through there. So this is the roving kill squad. NRX John had to be feeling pretty confident with the way that last game played out, even though it was really down to a hero play of like an AA.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see where they're actually heading right now. A little bit out in the outskirts of Wheat Town. So they're actually going to be moving towards the edge of the circle.
Making their way downtown.
Is there a downtown in Wheat Town? It kind of feels a little bit more like a village, if you will.
Driving fast, bullets pass, and I'm homebound. Da 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 da.
I don't know if I could tell the difference between you and Vanessa Carlton.
Exactly.
You have a career in singing if Rules of Survival doesn't work out for you,
rubber
Fish.
chicken. Oh, this is a good grenade coming out here. MJ looking for black.
All right, he's primed and ready, and
they both do
they
each
throw
other.
one inside as well. Let's see if he can get out in time.
He gets the kill though. XX downs him, and then the grenade kills him. So that's a good start coming out for the squad. AL losing a player right at the start.
This is what you're talking about. AL just honestly not able to come out ahead in these even-placed fights. So once again, they try to take the aggressive stance, and they get punished for it. And Kakarot moving around the side.
Kakarot. Come on, Kakarot. You can do it.
All right, a lot of people in there. Oh, my goodness. Born to kill. Well, more like born to be down. At this point, MJ also getting down. Baby Borneo. And everyone just bum rushes inside. Looks like Triple X is going to get the final kill onto him there. And number 1, we're back to them. They're having a grand old time. Everybody get in the car.
Death, taxes, and AL being eliminated very early into the map. Some things are just unavoidable. And again, AL just picked a really weird siege to take. And the way they attacked that building was very poor. Moving around 2 different sides of the broken wall, not getting into the building early, not priming grenades early and trying to flush out players first. Just hyper-aggressive, and that's not the meta for it. You can't play hyper-aggressive in the current meta. You get punished very hard, and hats off to the team that punished them.
Yeah, honestly, good plays. So we'll see how the rest of the map unfolds here. We have 42 players left remaining in the game. We're only at 12.5 minutes, and you know, your typical timer for SEA games is always going to be that 15-minute mark. We've seen some deviation from that in the last couple of them, but
yeah,
everything will start to center towards this research edifice. The big old pyramid is beckoning, but it's going to take some time before that happens. Now a drive-by coming through here as the cabins are besieged.
No one's home.
Yep. So,
like you said, though, the
pretty easy for DVY Lord.
15-minute mark is where we get some of the small skirmishes of teams fighting to get into the map. It's also where the weaker teams, in terms of gear, will start to try and pick fights. Like if you see another squad and you don't have enough loot for yourself and you have the upper hand or you get the jump at someone, it's a good time for you to pick a fight because it's not too early in the match. But at the same time, if you kill another squad, even if they're half looted or the same looted as you, has the same amount of loot as you, I should say, you'll be able to pick up all of their gear. And through 2+2, which is 4, you get all your gear possible. You're able to get fully looted, fully kitted, I should say.
And then you have a lot of options to work with. Not only you have the
Yes.
weapons, of course, we're also talking about med kits and everything, which will keep you alive. If you still want to opt into a med strat, it's always a possibility.
So it's an opportunity for teams that, had weaker early games in terms of, not getting the loot they wanted or getting stuck in some prolonged firefights very early on, to try and pick up the pace and, snowball into the later parts of the game a bit easier. Again, but that is the hypothesis of the early game fights. Sometimes we don't even see them. We skip all the way to 23 minutes before we get a shot.
Now we're back on like an AA, the hero for NRX John last time around. Well, of course, the rest of the team really not too far at his back, and you see they're just on the outskirts of the blue circle as the rest of the team's slowly congregating into it. Surprising to see so many teams actually still so far away from the main circle as it pulls away from Wheat Town and closer to Research Edifice.
I do like that pirate team, after winning their skirmish and only having one player left alive, have decided to stay in the observatory and loot there as long as possible. You can see that single player is still out there, just still looting.
Yeah, at this point, it's probably going to come down to a med strat.
If he can get enough meds. If not, he's got to try and creep into the zone and just hide on the edge, which is always very difficult to do as a single player.
That's true, but sometimes if the players get on the other teams get a little bit caught up trying to get too close to the center, you might be able to find an opening in there, and there aren't too many people on the northern bound side of it. Now you can see Ezio trying to find an inroad here and see if they catch out anybody sleeping on the outer skirts of this pyramid. Instead, they just actually circle the perimeter.
Now there has been a tactic that I've loved to experiment with. And you can try this at home. All you have to do is jump into a squad game as a solo. And this is how you can practice as the Doomsday scenario. You've lost all your friends and you're all alone. Get a truck or a vehicle that's enclosed like a tuk-tuk, drive into the center of the circle and park it by a road. And just sit in the back seat. You'd be surprised by how many people just go past or try and get into the vehicle and not realize you're there. I feel like that's a tactic teams like Pirate Team could employ now. Drive into the center, park the bus, sit there. You're not going to take damage from the zone, and
wait for people to come to you.
Wait for people to come out. Sometimes
I believe
shots.
they call that this. I believe they call that the roadway trap.
Sometimes people fire shots at the car, but if they're hitting the car, you can play a game of chicken with them. Don't jump out too early because sometimes you just fire like a couple of taps and see if someone jumps out. If no one's there, like, oh, it's an abandoned vehicle. Don't worry about it. Or sometimes people just go, hey, look, a truck. Let's swap our sports car out for an upgrade. You get in, and then you can mow down 4 people that are inside your vehicle.
Yep. I mean, it's definitely a good strat. I wonder if this would work here for Pirate Team, and if they would really be expecting it.
We've never seen it in competitive play. It's just something I've theory crafted with and tried myself, and it's been pretty funny.
Maybe you're ahead of the meta there.
It's been mixed, but again, I'm not a grandmaster player like all the players.
No, that's a good
Smash.
point. And speaking of a lot of them getting dropped down, so Jeff Pro actually staying alive here as he did find 1 kill. Looks like a couple of the ETCIO members actually got taken pretty low in that. And you know, we've kind of had our eyes on them from the very beginning when they had very high placement in Game 1, but it's been not so great after that, and you can't really be affording to lose members when there's still 40 left in this game.
Ooh, number 1 actually trying to get the jump on towards Jeff Pro and squad. I think they spotted him out, and that's why Jeff Pro is rotated as such.
Yeah, here's the kiss. Looks like it's going to be a fight moving forward, and he does get the pick off.
1 for 1, but Jeff Pro was the last person left alive on his squad, so he's instantly killed, whereas the kiss is only downed here.
There we go. So they'll be able to res him back up, the rest of the team at the backup. And now let's see what 6-9 is actually going to be able to do here for NRX John, waiting in the back of this old abandoned pickup and actually seeing if he can find DVY Lord or anybody else from his team waiting out in the wings. BDS really not keen to move outside of this copse of cabins that they found earlier on in the game. Feta, Bimp. We're just going to be watching and waiting for a little while longer. This is what we're more accustomed to. The house on house, wait and bait.
Ooh,
And
Isio
chicken grenades.
taking some damage, though.
Oh, hello,
Isio.
Isio. That's going to
Yes.
be Maris. He's out of there. Feta finding some sniping kills.
See, we have a little bit of delay, ladies and gentlemen, so that's a bit unfortunate, but you can see that's actually him tagging a riot shield, those pings. So that's just a spectator bug. He's not actually dancing around in circles there. So Feta keeping Riz pinned down. Remember, riot shields have a limited amount of hit points. They can't sustain damage forever. They do deteriorate and break.
This is a great place that Feta has actually found himself because he has a pretty wide range of sight, but it's really hard for the other team to actually get a drop on him because he can just drop down and all of a sudden he's behind a mountainside. Let's see if Feta can keep this one going. Ezio, though, are sneaking up on him. Well, he's trying to. Mayor, yes. He's back up.
Ooh.
For how long? He's dancing. Oh, he's so low.
One tap into Mayor, yes. The problem for Isio here is how do they get out of the line of fire from Feta? Feta's the newest player for number 1, and he's been one of the star carries for the team. You know, pulls up their performance from time to time. Riz actually jumping away. You can see
there goes the riot
breaks
shield.
the riot shield, and Riz immediately takes so much damage.
All right, so Feta is basically Ezio's worst nightmare at this point. Between Mayor, yes, and
Pretty
Ritz, they
much.
just cannot do a damn thing about it. But there is trouble on the horizon for number 1. It looks like Nara's coming around inside the vehicle. Let's see if they can make it happen here. It looks like Val and Lin
Unbeknownst to Isio, their knight in shining armor has arrived.
in a truck.
A red truck.
That doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
The knights in the shining red truck have arrived. I don't know.
That kind of sounds like Voltron, actually. I dig it. Let's go with that. There's only 4 members on each team, so you can't form Voltron, unfortunately. Oh. All right, Khaleesi, do you have any more magic to work? Just waiting seeing if anyone wants to break into the house. This is not a great fortified position, unfortunately. They were kind of forced to take cover as there was a lot of spray going on. Check back with NRX John, like an AA. Doing a little bunny hop peek. Sounds like someone is getting beaten with a chicken.
Yeah, they're smacking something with it.
Probably a car.
Please.
I know that's terrifying.
Please. Jay-Z just throwing down a couple of emotes. He's got the God Fist skin.
That is pretty cool, actually.
The Iron Fist, I think it's called. I can't remember the name of that skin. God Fist Lee Sin. There we go.
That's the one that you're talking about? Yeah.
No, the ROS name for that particular skin. It's the it's based after a Marvel character.
Well,
isn't
Iron
it?
Fist is the Marvel
Iron
character.
Fist.
I don't know if it would actually be Iron Fist would be the name of it, though.
Yeah, I can't remember what the name of the actual skin is, but, you know, showing off the new emote function that Rules of Survival has implemented.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. I mean, you see that obviously in the break screen. We have that kind of little commercial going for it, and there's a lot of cool emotes that you can actually get for the game to really show off your flair. All right, let's see. Checking back in with the state of the game. 6-9, the rest of crew.
34
John.
players left at 21 minutes in. It's a fairly open play zone coming into this next play zone, Pyro.
Oh yeah, I mean it's pretty wide right now. Eventually, everyone's going to have to cluster north of that research edifice, but not just yet, as we're still only in play zone 4, as you pointed out. But there's so many players left up and available here. Number 1, though, they got to be careful. Feta, he's going to rejoin the rest of the team. Ayatat's waiting in the wings just outside. Let's see if he decides to try and peek out and get a pick. He's going to bandage himself up first, though.
Mm-hmm. He'll back up as much as possible. He's still 300 meters away from the zone, so I think Ayatat's resorted to being the med stratter for the team. This squad, though, BDS, currently has a really good position inside the center of the next play zone.
All right, Feta's going to get dropped out of the car. It looks like they're going to try and breach inside the research edifice, and there's a bit of a firefight here. Everybody's bringing their cards. It's a monster truck rally right now, and let's see. Into the scope he goes. Feta is going to get one down immediately, takes out Delusion, and everyone starts to get dropped. And Fnatic make themselves known. Aaron is going to be able to get one knocked down as well, and just like that, we're down to 32. Make that 30 members 29. It keeps on stacking up, and Feta's finally going to draw, and Neptur, he's going to get out of there as well.
Multiple teams running into that compound around the research edifice, but it's Fnatic that come out on top. They only have 2 players in that small skirmish, but every other squad in that fight falls. WXFF lose their members. Delusion falls down as well.
Yeah, great play by Fnatic, to be honest, and they really needed to stay alive. They really needed to find some kill plays because they've had a frankly disappointing series so far here in the SEA Regional Clash today. So Fnatic kind of being very quiet throughout this game and coming up with some clutch kills. Let's see how it all plays out forward. Ezio still has a couple of members left.
Just trying to get some shots in towards NRX, who are held inside the compound. They're going to have to move out. Next play zone is completely, what's the word for it? Completely forest environment. No urban terrain, no cover.
Yeah, really nothing much to do, which means we could be in for a pretty quick finish there. And it looks like we're going to see Mac trying to case out on this little industrial area, seeing if he can find a few picks off on NRX John. 6-9, though. Won't be caught out, neither will the rest of the team.
I like what Mac's doing. It's just slowly chipping away at NRX's vehicle, making sure that if they do try to retreat through the vehicle option, it's going to be fairly low in hit points, but Fnatic pushing forward.
Ayatat also fairly low in hit points. Aaron is going to be able to finish him off right now, so Fnatic, once again, continuing to come up pretty big in this game. We're down to 25 members, and everybody taking this high ground to try and fight it out. Zeldran's going to be leading the charge with BDS. The rest of the team, can they actually get up this hill? Will they be able to make the charge? Here comes the chicken grenade. Fire in the hole! Let's see if it gets any damage out. Not primed for very long before it actually goes.
Nope. So he doesn't get
one
anything for that, but Nara, they're being shot down here by BDS. Mac tries to get a few pot shots in, but it's not going to be enough.
Oh, he gets down right off the bat. Raynal, he didn't see that one. However, Zeldran's going pretty low as well. And Aaron, Fnatic, they're the ones who are really coming up with the lion's share of these kills and these knockdowns right now. Looking great.
These start moving in, though. Next play zone is a little bit far for them. ECO, though, just eliminating NRX.
Oh, my goodness. He just comes in running and gunning and just right on the backside. Unfortunately, not in time to help him back up to his feet, but it doesn't really matter because they're able to get just much more efficiency out of their kills.
This could be the first win for a tie team here if they can rotate in towards this next circle.
Didn't think you'd say that at the start of the day, did you, Fish?
Nope.
All right, so CT's going to be taking this car. It looks like a truck solo
by
by himself, and he runs over TVY Lord, looking for Raynal as well. And this is what we've come down to. Everybody just out in the open, and it's going to be down on these cars. Oh boy, Bim is going to be able to take a decent position to try and take pot shots at Reynolds as well.
You can hijack those vehicles when they're coming towards you. Go for the hijack. Don't just lay prone in the grass and hope that it doesn't see you. It's not really how things work out when you are all pink.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Unfortunately,
CT.
we're going full GTA at this point. Oh, Bim does get clipped,
tagged.
and down he goes. So Bim gets knocked out as he was trying to bunny hop his way to freedom. So CT coming up with a couple of hit and runs, and now we are down to 10. Nara, though, they've impressively stayed alive for a long time, but you've seen they have to pretty much bail out of the house they were staying in because it's way outside the zone at this point. So they're trying to get into this little firefight area. Unfortunately, now it's going to be Vorik. He's taken low. Reyno finding some revenge, but he gets dropped on the backside. And it looks like CT managed to take him out.
Yeah, CT gets it with a drive-by. Just swaps from driver's seat to passenger seat to get a few extra shots off to get that final kill. Nara, only 2 players left in their squad.
Val and Khaleesi, though.
They're trying to move in towards the next plays, and they're going to get in just fine.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty big standout considering there's only 8 players left in the game, and 2 of them are on Nara's side. They might be able to pull off another miracle here. Oh, Ritz, he's going to get caught out trying to get the loot. No, he drops. And it looks like Flo was able to grab him. And now we're down to 7 once again. People keep on dropping. This is going to be a pretty photo finish.
Yeah, Flo gets it from outside the play zone. Val as well as Khaleesi just hiding inside this next
Aaron
play
and
zone.
CT are bleeding low from just outside the zone. They're going to have to make moves.
Taking damage from being outside the zone. Aaron going to try and heal up outside. CT going to drive inside and just hold on.
Okay, CT does get a heal up. So does Aaron. And here they come. We could be very well into a 2v2, but that obviously there's still a few more players to contend with. You see Flo actually making tracks towards the circle. He's far out of it. And here we go.
Oh,
CT gonna
CT.
get gunned down! Oh, he's down and out of there. Val actually coming up huge.
Nara just need to now hold this circle. Aaron's going to try and rotate in. He went prone at the right time.
Oh, Aaron. Oh my goodness. Val, is he going to be able to find it? As he's on his feet. Aaron creeping towards it. Looks like Khaleesi got downed in the back of all
They need
that.
to push now. Val needs... Oh, no, his teammate has gone down. I was going to say they need to push CT now. They need to push Fnatic now and try and retake this circle. But
Roger is still in this.
Yes.
We haven't talked about Pirate Team,
What?
but Roger is actually still alive.
He's got
Can
the
he pull the
kills!
miracle? He's got 1.
He's killed Aaron. CT's down. Roger's in the final play zone, Pyro. I cannot believe it.
Oh my goodness.
What
Can
has he
Pirate
done?
Team pull this back around? We're also still watching another member of Fnatic. The Da has been outside of this one. He's med-stratted for a little while now. Can he come back in and get CT back up? Roger is coming right off the backside of him. He should be able to get the execution off anytime, but he doesn't actually see the last member of Fnatic. In comes Roger in the car. He's going to get lit up, though, out in the open. This is going to come right down to it with 6 players left and a tiny, tiny circle remaining.
2 players from Fnatic. CT's going to bleed out, so only the Da remaining. Roger from Pirate Team. Nara still have 2 alive in the final circle. 1 player still outside, just med-stratting. Khaleesi
Back on his feet, though.
back
Khaleesi
on
did
his
get
feet
come
and
back up.
full hit points. Sees Roger, though.
Yeah, it sees Roger. Roger has to stutter step. Is he going to stay alive, or will this strategy be all for naught for Pirate Team? But now the Da is also got wind of him as well, and in comes Val. Val and Khaleesi, they might be able to do this for Nara.
Let's see what they can do. Roger just healing inside.
Oh my goodness, Roger. If
Doesn't
you
take
pull
a
this
hit.
off, it will be absolutely
I mean, the fact
fantastic.
that he's got this far with 5 kills is already big enough for
Remember,
Pirate Team.
Pirate Team lost everybody but Roger in that ill-fated first fight. They did manage to take out Baby, but it didn't really matter, or so it seemed. But everyone forgot about Pirate Team, and unfortunately, Roger is going to get taken
By
out.
the
So
Da.
his story ends here.
He gets
And you
taken out
gotta
by
feed
the
the
Da.
Da.
And then Val's going to turn around, kill the Da himself. Only 1 final player coming, and he's going in from the southeast side of the zone.
Looks like it's going
Flo.
to be Flo versus Nara at this point.
He's
Can
healed
they
too
stay
late.
alive? He's going to be healing a little late, so it looks like it will come down
Oh,
to this.
wait. You know, he'll get it. He'll get it off just in time.
Just barely, though. He's got to make moves. He's already getting taken even lower, and Nara are the ones controlling this between Val and Khaleesi. Khaleesi's not very healthy, but if Flo doesn't step out soon, he's just going to give it over by default. Oh my goodness.
You can see that Flo really wants to men up to full before charging into that next play zone.
Khaleesi is very low. There's a chance here. If he gets taken out quickly, Flo turns this into a one-on-one.
He needs a med kit to do it, though. He needs to get up to full hit points because sitting at 75 every time he heals just means he can only med strat. Flo's making a push now.
All right.
He can only start to step and heal. Start to step and heal. That's all he can do for the moment.
But Khaleesi and Val, they're spreading out, seeing if they can find a little bit of spread fire here. If he
so
runs straight for
close.
Val, it's not going to work well for him. Khaleesi, he might have a chance, though. Still healing, trying to get the stutter step. Khaleesi, though, Already healed back up a little bit more. Oh, man, this is such a tense finish, but nobody wants to pull the trigger. Even in a 2v1, Nara are not going to rush for this. They will not give up the advantage they have so easily. Oh, boy. All right, here he comes. Flo healed up, trying to make a run for it. Right behind the tree he goes. This is one of the closest finishes I think we've had all day.
Flo needs to do something. He's going in now.
All right, here we go. He's got the scope on, looking for Khaleesi. That's one tap. Not enough, and he gets dropped. Last 2 members remaining, and Nara from Indonesia take the victory.
Just as we think, Pirate Team's going to sneak their way back in. Fnatic gunned them down. Roger still gets 6 frags for himself, but again, no Thai team in the top 2.
I cannot believe it. In 4 out of our 5 games today so far, we have not seen a Thai team take the top spot. An Indonesian team, Nara, they were building up to it.